Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm SamyCaps. In today's video, I'm going to do a little flex, and to you it may not be a flex because, let's be honest, I'm talking about Path of Exile and the Endgame. Now, this game's been out for 10 plus years, so everybody's beaten the Endgame 30 times over. So you might be asking yourself, why are you even flexing about this? Well, indulge me a little bit and then I'll explain. I have really not played Path of Exile to any great length. I started in the Crucible League 3.21 and I'm playing the Settlers League, but 3.21 to 3.24 League, I maybe had a combined 50, 60, 70 hours. Where in the Settlers League, the current league in Path of Exile, I probably have 5 times that amount of time. I have 3 softcore characters. I have an SSF character. The bottom line is I played it a lot, but I have never, in my history of playing Path of Exile, my limited history, have ever broached or come close to being able to complete and finish the end game and defeat the end game bosses. Well, that all ends in the Settlers League. Tonight, we are slowly getting closer and closer to finishing all the end game bosses in Path of Exile. And I'm happy. It makes me very happy to know, because if for those of you that don't know, I stayed away from Path of Exile like many of you, probably for the same reasons. Everything you hear about Path of Exile and the gameplay, it's too complicated, you need a PhD, you need this, you need that, all the excuses, all that stuff that keeps players away. Currently, it's happening today. A lot of players don't play this game because of that. When 3.21 came out, I said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to try it. And I took out of Path of Exile what I wanted to take that out of. And up before the Settlers League, that was just leveling up the characters, getting to know the mechanics. I still am a peon with knowledge in this game. I have so much more to learn. However, as far as beating the end game, that's going to end for me in the Settlers League. We're going to beat all the bosses, all the Uber bosses, the Pinnacle bosses. We've already beaten some of them. We're going to beat more of them. My next one up at the batter's box is Cyrus, and I'm literally looking forward to it. Now, while I'm doing these boss fights, or while I'm showing you these boss fights, I do want to kind of just speak to about what's happening here. Now, I did not never once beat the boss the very first time. Several of them I had to do 2 attempts, but I do want to kind of protect myself here in the sense that I am going into all these fights blind. I don't know any of the mechanics. So 3, 4, 5 deaths, I'm dying because I don't know the mechanics. Having said that, even though it is frustrating dying, I must say the boss fights in Path of Exile are next level. It's so fun to actually have boss fights that have mechanics that you need to know, that you need to understand, that influence how you maneuver and fight and interact with the boss. It's so refreshing. It adds so much fun to these fights and a sense of accomplishment once you persevere through the deaths and you learn another mechanic that adds to your knowledge to that boss fight, and then at the end you come through and you're rewarded not only with loot but with the satisfaction that you've beaten one of the pinnacle bosses in this game that you love. So it's so refreshing. And I have to say, if these are the standards for boss fights with Grinding Gear Games and their games, I can't wait for Path of Exile 2. Now, if you guys have watched my content, you already know I'm super hyped about Path of Exile 2, as is a lot of people. But they've already said that the pinnacle bosses, the Uber bosses, the challenge, the design of those bosses, those are the standard for the regular campaign bosses in PoE 2. So wow, I can't wait. It's gonna be friggin' epic. I can't wait for November 15th. It's gonna be so friggin' awesome. But this is about me finally completing Path of Exile's Endgame and the Pinnacle and Uber bosses in this game, and I'm so excited. And I kind of just wanted to share just a couple of clips of my deaths and me beating them finally, and I just want to share this. I want to have these kind of videos in my playlist because, believe it or not, there are a lot of challenges that I embarked on in other games that to this day I go back and I watch the VODs on my YouTube channel, and it's so nice to see what I went through, how I tackled it, how I persevered. It's, you know, it's a learning thing for me too. So I know this is a little bit of a self-indulging video, but I am proud of it. I know, like I said, this has been done 100 million times already. I bet you some of you have done this 10, 20 times, beating all the Pinnacle and Uber bosses. So I know this is old hat, but for me it's new, and I wanted to share that with my community. And I also want to say that the bosses in this game are friggin' unbelievable. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. I just wanted to share my little triumph, as you call it. And like I said many times in this video, I know this has been done a million times already, but I haven't shared what I have been going through in Path of Exile in the Settlers League. I'm having a blast. Like I said earlier on, 3 trade league characters, an SSF character, because I wanted to do a no build SSF playthrough, which I did. And there's been a lot of ups and downs, and believe me, more downs than ups when it comes to me facing the adversity that comes with this game, and not only learning how to min and max your character, but also how to understand the mechanics, which again, I'm a novice. I still don't understand the majority of the mechanics, but I'm learning more and more, and that's what makes me so happy, that I'm adding a lot of knowledge to my Path of Exile base that's only going to help me when Path of Exile 2 drops in November 15th. Although a lot of things are changing, I get that, but there are still a lot of the core of Path of Exile that's going to be relevant in Path of Exile 2. What that is, how it's going to be, we'll only know on November 15th. And as we lead up to it, we're going to get more and more information on that. But it's still good knowledge to have. And I've said this many times. If you're considering Path of Exile 2 and you have not played Path of Exile, I think it'd be in your best interest to at least see and try and gain some experience and knowledge with this game, so you're better prepared for Path of Exile 2. But that's your choice. You go down that road however you wish. I'm just giving you my suggestion. But that's it, guys. Pinnacle and Ubers on deck, and I can't wait. Like I said, I have 2 of the 4 void stones on my Atlas map, and the next boss up is Cyrus. That's going to be my next fight on my next live stream. If you want to check me do the Cyrus fight, who knows how long that's going to take me. Come and watch me live on Twitch. The channel name is SamyCaps. I live stream every evening on Twitch. We'd love to have you come over, say hello. Cyrus is on deck, and I'm getting closer and closer to the end game. Anyway, let me know how your first experience, might be 10 years ago, might be 9 years ago, 8 years ago. How did you feel when you beat the Pinnacle and Uber bosses, the end game in Path of Exile? How did you feel? How did you do it? How long did it take you? I want to hear it. Share your journey, your original Path of Exile journey with the end game, and how did it feel? How long did it take? I would love to hear it. Share your experience with us. We have a cool, chill community, and we're going to be everything Path of Exile, Path of Exile 2. This is a great game, and I want to end it on one thing. Number one, I'm not being paid to say this. Someone made a comment in my previous PoE 2 video. Are you being paid for this? This sounds like you're being paid. No. This is a gamer who loves video games, especially good video games. And when a video game is good, you're going to hear and see me cheerlead that game, because I want you to look at it and make the decision, hey, is this something that I would enjoy? So I'm not being paid for this, guy. This is just a gamer loving a game and loving the thrill of that journey. And that's all it is. And if you're like me prior to the Crucible League and you're hearing all this stuff, it's complicated, you need a PhD. Yes, it is. It is. This game is going to take a long time for people to learn, years. But I tell you, if you put the time in, it'll reward you 10 times over. And for those of you that don't have a lot of time, don't sweat it. So what? It may take you the full league to experience all the content. 3 months, 4 months, however long the league is. So what? If the game is enjoyable and fun, why wouldn't you want to dedicate your time towards that? That's my opinion. At the end of the day, it's your decision, your time. You do whatever you want. I'm just telling you, don't let all this negativity that goes around Path of Exile, don't let it stop you, because it stopped me. For many, many years, I would be leaps and bounds way more further advanced in this game from a knowledge perspective if I didn't listen to all that negativity stuff, because I would have probably jumped into this game 5-6 years earlier. But anyway, that's just my opinion. You take it for what it's worth. But as always, thank you for watching. And if you can like, comment, and subscribe for more Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2 and gaming news in general. We do talk about all other games as well. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified, when I drop content. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Seriously, thank you. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.